Hi, everybody. We're going to talk about horsetail today. This is a plant that actually grows in my yard, and it is known for its high silica content. It supports bone health, strengthens hair, skin, and nails. It can also help with urinary function and a mild diuretic. There's other things that it does. We're going to talk all about it. Come on over and learn some more. Hi, everybody. Rachel with the Herbalist Garden. I hope you're well today. It is a gloomy one here. Yesterday was absolutely beautiful. So beautiful. And I got to work part of it from home because we had a parking situation here at the office. And, well, yes, I'm happy about it. Let's see. We're talking about horsetail today. And you got the little introduction. But here, my disclaimer. I am an herbalist. I am not a doctor. Do your own research. Super important. I even provide you down below with all the links to all the research that I did. And this time I included extras because there was good information on the other ones, but not really ones that I wanted to include here. So I highly recommend you go and take a look at them. Usually the ones, if there's not a reference to it in what I'm telling you about, it'll be in the last couple of the links below. Check it out. I mean, I'm trying to be helpful, trying to give you access to the research so that you do it yourself and don't just trust what I say. This plant, horsetail, is actually it's pretty cool actually. So one of the coolest things I think about horsetail is not even its medicinal value, but the equisetum arvens, which is the medicinal version, the medicinal species of horsetail, has the longest roots of most herbs. I don't know. Should I say that? I don't know. I already said it, so it may not be true. I'm thinking through this as I'm speaking it. So, um, okay, let's put it this way. The long roots can grow as deep as 6 feet. This extensive root system allows them to spread and can make them difficult to eliminate in unwanted areas. And let me just tell you, the whole one side of my yard, the western side of my yard, has horsetail that just grows naturally because it's kind of not a swamp, it's not a bog, but it's definitely wet. It's definitely wet over there. That's where I have my garden. Um, it keeps it from having to be watered as often if it's not in a drought. Anyway, the horsetail has been coming up in the yard for as long as I've known about the property, and it comes up through my raised beds, even though I've covered it over 1,000 times. So horsetail's pretty, um, what's the word? Stubborn. So if it's in your yard, you're going to find it. So horsetail is a popular fern that has been used as an herbal remedy since the Greek and Roman empires. Can you even hear me? I didn't move my speaker. It's believed to have multiple medicinal properties and has traditionally been used to treat wounds, enhance skin, hair, and bone health, and is a remedy for various health conditions. Field or common horsetail, which is the Equisetum Arvens is a perennial fern but belongs to the genus Equisetaceae. I don't know what it's here. Equisetae. Okay. I did look it up too. I just forgot. It grows wild in northern Europe, North and Central America, and other moist places with temperate climates. It has a long green, densely branched stem that grows from spring to fall. And guess what? I pulled some of mine out this morning because I'm always pulling it out. Now, I did find out though that mine, okay, here's one that is not infected. Horsetail. It's small because it's early in the season, of course. But see how it's got the little ends and the little notches? I specifically looked it up. This is the Arvens species. This is the medicinal species. Now, one thing you're going to have to keep an eye on. I found out that the majority of mine actually has an infection. I don't know how else to put it. See all that? See how it's kind of icked on the top? This one has a little bit of ick on the top too. But you can see how tall it's going to get. But did you see how it's kind of dead? That is called, it's called ergotism, ergotism, ERGOT. Oh, erotism, ergotism, ergotism is a toxic condition that is caused by ingesting alkaloids from the claviceps purpura fungus, which infects grains like rye. Known historically as St. Anthony's fire, it causes a lot of bad things. So, yeah, you can look up that. I'm going to put the word up here too. But these plants, this is the only one that's healthy. That's one. It doesn't have that brown stuff on the top. I wouldn't have known. That's why it is important to do your research, because there are infections that plants can get. There are, which we know a lot of them. We know the powdery mildew. We know quite a few things actually, but you don't ingest a plant that is infected, because then that gets in you. We don't do that stuff. We do healthy stuff. Um, there's a lot I could say. I'm trying to filter what I have to say so that I don't take up too much time. All right. So that is that plant. Not ingesting it. I have a ton of horsetail tincture at home that I made quite a few years ago that was not infected at the time, because I remember it didn't have that brown on the top. I have to look into that, because that probably means it's in my soil. I know my soil is not the greatest. I fortify my soil. I know that I bring in soil. So what I grow, my actual herbs, my plants and stuff like that that aren't naturally occurring in my yard, they are done in soil that's properly filtered. I guess that's the way they put that, from the store. Because my soil at my house it's not good. It's not good. All right, horsetail is commonly consumed in the form of a tea, which can be made by steeping the dry herb in hot water. It is also available in capsule and tincture form. It's a perennial plant belonging to the genus Equisetum. There are about 15 different species. I will show you pictures of multiple ones because there is a poisonous version. Mine, I'm positive it is the correct one, the one that we're supposed to be using. I said it. The Arvents, the Equisetum Arvents. That is the most often used medicinally. It is found growing in moist, rich soil throughout the temperate climates of the northern hemisphere. There is a horsetail grass or horsetail reed of a Equisetum hymo. All right, it's up here. But that's just an ornamental one. So some the blah, blah, blah. The beneficial components horsetail holds: vitamin C, thiamine, B1, riboflavin, B2, niacin, B3, pantothenic acid, which is B5, pyridoxine, which is vitamin B6, folate, vitamin E, vitamin K, potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, iron, copper, phenolic compounds, silica, kynurenic acid, pyrones, and chlorophyll. So it has antioxidants in it. We know this. They're great for us. But it also has antibacterial and antiseptic properties too. And those protect against the invasion of foreign pathogens and substances that compromise our immune system. It helps with inflammation. If you're regularly experienced any sort of painful swelling or inflammation, horsetail can help, especially when it's due to like an injury or arthritis, gout, or any other conditions. Horsetail tea is something that would be useful. Um, it also increases cognition because having antioxidants fighting the free radicals in our body will then boost our immune system, increase the neural pathway efficiency when those free radicals are eliminated from our system. It's a brain boosting herb and it protects us from cognitive disorders. It will help with respiratory issues. It can act as an expectorant and gets out the mucus and phlegm that where bacteria can lodge and grow. So all these things we don't want. It helps with skincare. So apparently they say that found in various creams and organic beauty products. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I've literally never seen it because it's not like I haven't studied a lot of different things to be able to have the most quality products, the least toxicity. So I've looked at labels many times. Um, but if you want to reduce redness of like boils or acne, eliminate eczema or psoriasis, prevent premature aging, horsetail extract contains many components to be able to do that. It'll also help reverse diabetes because it will balance insulin levels in the body, but it also can actually work extra if you it can get too low. We'll go over that. Your blood sugar can get too low using this too. You have to not have a major issue or not have any medications. Also lower your blood pressure. A 2022 study of 58 people with high blood pressure, those given horsetail experienced a significant reduction in blood pressure compared to those given hydrochlorothiazide, which is a diuretic that is used to treat high blood pressure in people. And we said it would lower blood sugar. We got to be careful with that one. but it's also really good for our kidney health too. So it can ease urinary tract infections. A 2022 study found that horsetail extract may increase urine flow. It does. And helps treat urinary tract infections. It also reduced the risk of kidney gravel, which is kidney stones, or that can lead to kidney stones. Um, so regulating our urination and eliminating toxins is this is one of the reasons we drink so much water, because we want those toxins that we are ingesting that we can't help but to ingest. I mean, you walk outside and there's something. I mean, you have to live in the middle of nowhere for miles and miles and miles to not have any sort of toxicity in your air with pollution, um, just your environment, pesticides from neighbors. There's just a lot we have to look out for. Um, but it will, drinking enough water will flush that out. But horsetail is a diuretic. Horsetail helps with kidney function because it increases that urination and that toxicity dump from going to the bathroom, from eliminating. Um, Uric acid also creates painful kidney stones, and also gout, and so there's no buildup that causes those things to spike in our bodies. Elimination, keeping toxins free. I don't know how else to explain that. I'm sure there's better ways. So we're going to go into bone health. It actually is really good for your bones because of the silica. It'll treat brittle nails due to its high content of salicylic acid. Silicic. Uh, it is definitely rich in organic silica, including a report published in the Journal of Plastic Dermatology that encompassed two clinical trials. One trial combined horsetail with a sulfur donor in a water alcohol solution and applied it nightly for 28 days to the nails of 36 women and with nail plate alterations. What happened? Researchers observed a significant decrease in longitudinal grooves and an 85% reduction in the number of patients reporting lamellar splitting of treated nails. Meanwhile, the untreated controls experienced no significant change in nail health. So, yeah, if we put it on, oh, it might make my nails grow. That would make me happy. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But not just nails. It actually can relieve osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, things like that. One published review noted that horsetail contains kynureninic acid, which has an anti-inflammatory effect. Kynureninic acid levels are lower in human subjects with rheumatoid arthritis, leading researchers to suggest that horsetail may help restore them and provide the relief. It'll support bone health in general, really. Um, through bone metabolism. I never heard that before. Bone cells called osteoclasts and osteoblasts continually remodel your bones to avoid imbalances that can cause brittle bones. Osteoblasts handle bone synthesis while osteoclasts break down bone through resorption. Resorption? Test tube studies show that horsetail may exhibit osteoclasts and stimulate osteoblasts. This suggests that it is useful for bone diseases such as osteoporosis, which is characterized by overactive osteoclasts that lead to fragile bones. Okay. One study in rats found that the daily dose of 55 milligrams of horsetail extract per pound of body weight significantly improved bone density compared with a control group. Researchers believe that horsetail's bone remodeling effect is mostly due to its high silica content. In fact, up to 25% of the dry weight is silica. No other plant boasts a higher concentration of this mineral. So then it would obviously be good for oral health because you can use it to make your own mouthwash. Teaspoon of the herb to boiling water and let it sit for about 10 minutes. Or you can add a few drops of the extract to lukewarm water and keep it in a bottle. And you can rinse your mouth twice or thrice a day to reap maximum benefits. And that would not be swallowing it. So, along with the bone health, it also improves joint diseases, degenerative joint disease. Um, a research out of Center for Complementary Medicine, Department of Environmental Health Sciences at the University of Freiburg's Medical Center in Germany confirms a scientific study from Poland published in 2013 in the Annals of Agriculture and Environmental Medicine found that horsetail is one of several herbs that contain kynorenic acid, which is known to have anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, pain-relieving, analgesic properties. Out of the 9 herbs studied, horsetail was actually put into a group of 4 herbs along with peppermint, stinging nettle, and birch leaf that possess the highest kynorenic acid content. Using an in vivo model of acute inflammation, another study published in the Open Rheumatology Journal examined the effects of horsetail extract as an immunomodulator therapy. We talked about immune therapy, how it helps boost the immune system. It's immunomodulating. Or antigen-induced arthritis in mice. So there's a lot of studies in the notes below. Please go and check them out. Especially if you intend on using horsetail, and we will talk about why in a minute. Okay. This is interesting. And in vitro and animal studies have shown that horsetail may help boost bone regeneration and reverse bone changes associated with osteoporosis. In fact, one study in Portugal concluded that results showed that the horsetail variety, the E. arvens, extract elicited inductive effects on human osteoblasts while inhibiting activity of Staphylococcus aureus, staph infections, suggesting a potentially interesting profile regarding bone regeneration strategies. It's interesting. My nose is a little itchy, I apologize. So we talked about how it was an unnatural diuretic. It called it mild. I don't know. I don't think it's mild, or at least not what I've heard. A 2021 review of research found that horsetail may have potential as a therapy for kidney conditions, including urethritis, and kidney stones. So we talked about its wound healing capabilities. A 10-day study of 108 postpartum women who had undergone an episiotomy during labor, a surgical cut to facilitate the childbirth, showed that applying an ointment containing 3% horsetail extract promoted wound healing and helped relieve pain. The study found that the wound redness, swelling, and discharge improved significantly compared to a control group. Scientists attributed their positive effects to the plant's silica content. In older rat studies, those treated with ointments containing 5 to 10% horsetail extract showed wound closures ratios of 95 to 99% and greater skin regeneration compared to control groups. Additionally, horsetail extract can be used in nail polish to manage nail psoriasis, a skin condition that causes nail deformities. So, yes. One found that using a nail lacquer made up of a mixture of horsetail extract and other nail hardening agents decreased signs of nail psoriasis. Psoriasis. I guess that's I never even considered nail psoriasis to be a thing. I will be I'm curious now. Okay, so heals wounds and relieves burns. A randomized placebo-controlled trial published in 2015 in the Iranian Red Crescent Medical Journal found that 3% horsetail ointment promoted wound healing and reduced pain during the 10-day period following the episiotomy. Another study out of Turkey using animal subjects published in 2013 found that ointments containing 5 to 10% horsetail provided a significant boost of diabetic wound healing. It treats burns and wounds. Horsetail herb is often applied directly to the affected area. There's so much more. It also promotes hair growth. That's actually what I made the tincture for, and then I've added it like a handful of times to my shampoo, but then I always forget. I think I need to start putting that back in there. That's just the extract, the tincture. Same difference, roughly. There's there are differences, but not for our purposes here. Research suggests that horsetail may also benefit your hair, likely thanks to its silica and antioxidant content. Okay, so first, antioxidants help reduce microinflammation and aging of hair fibers caused by free radicals. Second, a higher silicone content in hair fibers results in a lower rate of hair loss and increased brightness. For example, in a 3-month study in women with self perceived hair thinning, those who took 2 daily capsules containing dried horsetail and other ingredients had increased hair growth and strength compared to a control group. Other studies examining the effects of the different blend containing horsetail derived silica reported similar results. In a double blind, placebo controlled study published in the Journal of Clinical and Aesthetic Dermatology in 2012, daily administration of the proprietary nutritional supplement containing silica derived from horsetail significantly increased hair growth after 90 days, and then 180 days are the two that they did the study with. The subjects in the study were women aged 21 to 75 with perceived hair thinning. Further research published by the Brazilian Society of Dermatology also suggested that hair strands with higher silicone content tend to have a lower fallout rate as well as greater brightness. Okay. It treats edema because it's a natural diuretic, then is shown to improve peripheral edema. A randomized double-blind clinical trial published in 2014 in the journal Evidence-Based Complementary and Alternative Medicine had volunteers alternatively take a standardized dried extract of horsetail at a dose of 900 milligrams per day, a placebo of cornstarch at the same dose, or the hydrochlorothiazide, which is a conventional edema treatment, at a dose of 25 milligrams per day for 4 consecutive days, separated by a 10-day washout period. Okay. The research measured that the diuretic effect of the horsetail supplements by monitoring the volunteers' water balance over a 24-hour period. They found that the horsetail pills produced a diuretic effect equal to that of conventional diuretic pharmaceuticals without any significant changes in the kidney or liver function or in the electrolyte elimination, because the drug, the pharmaceutical that they give, the hydrochlorothiazide, thiazide, that one actually can damage your kidneys and your liver, and it makes your body eliminate also your electrolytes rather than using your electrolytes to enhance your absorption. It's a noteworthy finding since many conventional diuretics are known as causing electrolyte imbalances. So, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. So, we know it's anti inflammatory, antimicrobial, antioxidant, anti diabetic. It helps with hair. Now, we have risks, side effects, and interactions. I will tell you the one. There's an Quisitum palestrae. It is known to be poisonous. If you gather fresh plant material for medicinal use, it is important to know exactly which variety you are handling. In addition, plants with brown spots should be avoided. Brown spots should be avoided as these spots may indicate a toxic fungus. Mild side effects of horsetail herb include upset stomach, diarrhea, increased urination. That's not really it. I mean, it is, but it isn't. Just depends on the next part. Possible severe side effects may indicate kidney damage and warrant medical attention include kidney pain, lower back pain, pain while urinating, nausea or vomiting. Taking too much can cause heart palpitations. Don't. Moderation. Moderation. Horsetail is considered unsafe if you take it for long periods of time by mouth because it naturally contains a chemical called thiaminase, which breaks down vitamin thiamine. So there is a concern that oversupplementation with this herb could worsen a thiamine deficiency. This is why horsetail products are labeled as thiaminase free. So we know that they can eliminate compounds from things. It's a lot of science. A lot of science. So be careful with that. Horsetail is not typically recommended for people with alcoholism. It contains a very minimal amount of nicotine. So if you have a nicotine allergy, you can't have horsetail. If you have a carrot allergy, I know, carrot, right? Seriously? If you have a carrot allergy, you can't use it. If you have low potassium, if you are diabetic, you just can't be on medicines because it can cause hypoglycemia because it lowers blood sugar so fast. If you are on lithium, you cannot have it. If you are on medicines for HIV or AIDS, if you are on other blood pressure medications or diuretics, don't have it. So horsetail isn't the only herb. We did mention it. It is the highest content, but it is not the only herb with silica. There's also nettle leaf, so nettles, oat straw, and bamboo leaf extract all have silica in it as well. So there wasn't specific dosage. We heard some of the dosing in the studies, but let me read to you what I found. You can consume horsetail as a supplement in capsule form or brew it into a tea, but the powerful compound and should therefore be used moderately. There are some side effects to horsetail, but they are generally only manifest after taking the herb for more than 2 months straight. The effects on the body can be very powerful and beneficial, as we have seen above, but care is required. If you are pregnant or breastfeeding, don't consume this herb. For everyone else, speak to somebody who is trained, whether an herbalist, a doctor, a functional medicine, it doesn't matter, because it can have a high impact on your health regimen. There is no recommended dose for horsetail, although evidence suggests that taking more than 900 milligrams per day may not be safe. You should avoid taking horsetail if you have a thiamine deficiency, the B1, because it can relieve your body of thiamine. It has thiamine in it, but it also has thiaminase, which to me tells me that it just balances itself for its own purposes, not necessarily in our body purposes. Wow. I got through all that. There was a lot. So, no to the ones with brown spots. And yes to the ones that are all green. I mean, I have imprinted pictures. Look at how brown that one is. That's bad. I have imprinted pictures of the other ones that we talked about. That one's bad too. That one's the bigger bad one. It was cool to get these this morning out of my garden. I got dirt under my nails first thing this morning. But yeah, thank you for learning with me. I'm very glad you're here. I hope to be recording an episode of Medicine in Your Own Backyard soon with my friend Dawn. Because we got to get that up and running. Life is just really busy in the spring for me, as it is, I guess, for most everybody, because we're all emerging from our homes from the cold and ice and snow. And now it's nice and pretty. And even on these gloomy days, it's still nice. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it over 30 degrees. I don't like cold. I understand it's necessary, but I don't like it. Thank you for being here. Don't forget about the research links below. Also, go check out our Facebook group, because we talk about all this kind of stuff all the time over there. We talk about many different herbs. So come on over there and catch us, and have a wonderful day.